Hi everyone, this is Chris Mannion from Meander, and we're going to talk through a quick process revisiting some of the formal work we've done on how to use GPT as part of the recruiting process. So today what we're going to walk through is 3 prompts that are going to help you if you're running a recruiting process yourself. Maybe you don't have recruiting support, or maybe you're a recruiter and you're actually trying to figure out how to use ChatGPT in different aspects. And so the 3 main stages we're going to look at are the intake meeting, how to source candidates, and how to contact candidates. And we're going to use basic prompts, and I'm going to link this document in the description, so you'll be able to access this and run this process at your own pace. I'm probably going to go through this quite quickly today and maybe shortcut some of the processes just to get the information out there. But if you want me to go into any detail on any of these features, please drop a note in the comments or reach out to me. My LinkedIn contact details are actually in this document that will be shared. So the 3 prompts we're going to look at today are one for simulating the intake meeting. We're then going to do one for simulating how we search for candidates. We're actually going to use Google to search LinkedIn profiles because the actual search capability is a little more robust. And then finally, we're going to do one for candidate outreach. These are really kind of beginner level prompts. If you're a little more advanced, maybe this is not as useful for you. But if you want me to go into more detail on some more advanced use cases, again, let me know what's interesting and I'll do my best to record some videos. So with that said, I'm going to skip over to the GPT tab. So we're going to use this from this point forward. One thing to point out, I'm using GPT 3.5 here. Now I do have access to the latest model. Obviously, I've been using GPT for quite a while now, but I wanted to use the base model so that we can understand maybe some of the limitations. If you do upgrade, and I would highly recommend it. I think all companies should be upgrading everyone on their teams. It's going to make everyone a little more effective. But if you're just using the base model, you can get some good results already. And so we're going to test those with this approach that we're going to do here. So to start off with, we're actually going to simulate the intake meeting. So we're going to take this intake meeting prompt, and all I'm going to do is copy and paste this whole thing here. And fingers crossed, what should happen now is we'll get a Q&A session with GPT. So let's start with the yearly success metrics and KPIs. So essentially what it's doing here is asking me to define what my yearly success metrics and KPIs are going to be for a new role. So this is normally what you would expect a recruiter to do as they're kicking off a new role with you as the hiring manager. They want to understand what is the business impact of this role. They're going to go through the other 2 questions. What we've told, if you look at the prompt here, what we've told GPT to do is gather this information and then turn it into a job description. So again, what you would expect a recruiter to do when they're kicking off a new role, and you should have an 80% solution to the job description that you can then go and tailor for your specific use case. What we're going to do here is shortcut this process, and we're just going to jump straight to a job description for a product manager at, let's say, Wayfair. That was a company I used to work at, based here in Boston. Okay, so now we have a job description, and this is really the output that we were hoping for from our previous stage. So this job description then becomes the input for the next part of our process. So we'll go to Annex B, the next prompt. So you're a recruiter who's just completed an intake meeting, and then this is going to hopefully allow us to generate some Boolean strings so that we can actually start searching on Google for some potential candidates. So the only thing I'm going to change here is this location. So let's say we want to make sure that this is based in Boston, MA, and let's copy and so it's already pasted in. Let's press enter and see how we get on with. So here's 10 companies, and it's going to generate some Boolean strings. And let's just see if these work. So let's check site Amazon, LinkedIn. Okay, so I just searched Google, and you can see here that we are getting product manager roles for people at Amazon. And so we could go through these. If we clicked on any of these roles, that should take us directly to the LinkedIn page. But what this is avoiding is the throttling that normally happens on LinkedIn. You can see here, actually, the GPT model is not actually creating a really good location-based filter. That's probably more of a limitation with how Google interacts with LinkedIn. You've probably heard that LinkedIn X-ray search has actually been nerfed somewhat recently. And so you're finding that maybe the results are not quite as good. This is a good place to start. And you can actually search through this list. If you're a little more advanced, maybe you can even scrape this page and actually pull out the profiles for the individuals that you're most interested in. But we're not going to go into depth on that. That's a topic for another video. Instead, what we're going to do is imagine that we found someone. And I'm going to use my own resume as an example here. But the next stage is prompt 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy this prompt. And we're going to paste it into ChatGPT. And the idea here is that we want a custom outreach. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just paste in my resume. This is the resume that I've downloaded from LinkedIn. So I use the saved profile as PDF. That creates a custom resume. I can just paste it in here. And hopefully what we'll start to see now is a custom outreach as if you as a hiring manager wanted to reach out to me directly about this role that you've just created. So let's see how that works. So hi, candidate name. So this is, the generic, hope this message finds you well, but it does create some kind of custom, hey, is this role, you did this kind of stuff. And so this is actually creating a more personalized outreach than, the standard, hey, I've got a role, you look like a rock star, can you be a good fit for this kind of role? But really, this is not designed to replace that human touch, but actually to make it a little bit easier to get started. So then you can kind of go into this and maybe customize it a little bit, maybe look at the profile in depth. But as you're building top of funnel and reaching out to people, this is a really good way to get yourself started. So that was the quick introduction. Hopefully, this will get you going if you're not already running a recruitment process. Separately, I'm about to make a blog post detailing how to start to build a structured hiring process using data. So I think these two things combined together could actually give you a self-service recruitment process. If you're budget constrained or you don't have recruiting capacity right now, you could at least get started with the recruitment process and know that you're following best practices. So hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you want anything else, and you'll be able to see other videos that we have available, as well as subscribing down here. I'll post one of the latest videos just up in the top right corner. So thanks, take care.